Super Bowl champions.
E-A-T-L-E-S,
Swinging a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup for the lead. Yes!
Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
Yo,
what
what's
up?
What's up, boys?
What's going on?
What up? What up? What up? How are
Episode 110.
we? Ooh, 110.
Drunk on the birds tonight.
Oh, so much going on.
Woo.
Or not going on with
Yes.
the Eagles.
Yeah, there's
More or less losing than winning.
I don't even know. Part of me is kind of struggling where to. I understand where some of these moves are coming in, but some of them got me scratching my head, not making a ton of sense. So where do you want to start, fellas? There was the legal tampering period, which I don't even know what that means anymore.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys came off the board really fast. They started pilfering and picking.
Yeah.
All these guys. Javon Hargrave gets a huge monster deal from San Fran.
Yeah.
TJ Edwards goes to Chicago.
Yep.
Marcus Epps is in Vegas. Kazir White is in Arizona.
Yep.
Miles Sanders. I don't know if you saw that just now. Miles Sanders going
Carolina.
reunite with Deuce Staley in Carolina.
Yeah.
Andre Dillard, for what it's worth, goes to Tennessee.
Yeah.
There's not much. I would have loved to see them get Javon Hargrave back, but the number that he got in San Fran.
After Payne got paid, you knew he wasn't coming back. Bad team setting the market is what kills free agency.
Yeah.
Washington having to overpay for Payne and making him the highest defensive tackle not named Aaron Donald is a joke. And that's why I hate the legal tampering period, because numbers go absolutely fucking nuts. And it just drives the price up from everybody else. And then it's just more or less, all right, if you had this guy at a key position that just got paid, he's not coming back. Just let him walk. See you later. Because you're not going to be able to pay these guys. And I'm still trying to figure out how San Fran has money and how Denver has money, how the Chiefs have money. It makes me laugh when I see all these big contracts go to these big teams that I thought were up against the cap. But I guess they're not.
The only thing I can think of with San Fran is they're not paying that big money contract to the quarterback yet. And that's normally what kind of alters the trajectory of free agency and rosters for teams whenever they have those monster deals that go down. And it takes up – you're seeing that right now with what's transpiring with Slay.
Yeah.
Slay wanted to rip up his deal and basically get 3 years guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
No, not doing that.
They're not going to be able to do that. So, he can go out and test the market and see what's there. But
I wouldn't do that anyway, because I'm not paying a guy until he's 35 when his play fell off after week 12.
Yeah.
His play after week 12 was abysmal. He wasn't good after week 12.
The catch percentage was in the 70s.
Yeah, and the passer rating was 133.9. He was 59th out of 60, I think, eligible. After, I think, week 12.
Just wild.
Yeah.
And why are you going to pay? You can't pay a DB fully guaranteed until he's 36 years old, because he's going to be 30. He's going to be 33.
33, yeah.
Soon. So why are you paying? I'm not giving anybody fully guaranteed in their 30s.
No, and I like the idea of if they bring back they bring back Bradbury, and then it all things considered looks like they're trying to work something out with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they need. That's the guy they need to sign.
Yeah,
So-
he had a tweet. I don't know, probably within the last 20 minutes. It was just 4 dots. So I don't know. We don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means.
Just like the eyes when Slay put that out earlier. You know, like it was just like, okay, well, you're gonna go somewhere. Are you gonna come back here? You're gonna go somewhere else. So you don't know. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll find out soon.
I mean, you're going to see what shakes out. I think the idea that like if you can retain 2 of the guys in the defensive backfield, I think that's ideal.
Yeah.
So, I can only imagine that 10th pick is going to be a DB. So if it's, Christian Gonzalez, if it's Witherspoon from Illinois, if it's top flight elite quarters, that if you could get production that is comparable to a Sauce Gardner light, then you can reset that defensive back room with guys that are younger, and then get a guy at the back end that, for all intents and purposes, is just not gonna lose games for you.
Yeah. I think with them bringing Cox back at D tackle, I think it definitely increases the chances of them taking a corner at 10. I think it's either D tackle at 10 and then maybe corner at 30 or vice versa. I think those are your 2. I think that's just how I see the first round shaping up.
Rich, what are your thoughts?
They need to get CJG back. Like that's CGJ or CJG. They need to get Gardner Johnson back because that's the only position that I'm worried about. We can't lose half of our defensive starters, which would be a damn shame, especially with that backfield. But I'm also not against, going out and getting some young corners in the draft. I mean, you see some of the young corners that came out in the past few years, and some of them like 1 to 4 who've come off the board. The 4 tops have all been pretty decent. So hopefully we can hit on one, and I'll be happy with whoever it is. We'll see if they value that position or they go defensive line. But I mean, I wasn't paying Slay. If I was the Eagles, like, you want to go test the waters, dude, go test the waters. Go play for somebody else. I don't know who's going to fork him or give him that much money. And wherever he goes, best of luck. I really didn't want to.
Baltimore.
Oh, he signed with Baltimore?
He's going to Baltimore, yeah.
Oh.
Who's Slay?
Yeah.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, it came up on the Twitter timeline just before the show.
Nice. Him, Marshawn Lattimore, and whatchamacallit? Marcus Peters?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, they won't have to move.
2 guys who are over 33 and a young guy who got burnt last year. So that's nice. Again, doesn't faze me. Good for him. But we need to just solidify one of those guys and make Gardner Johnson your priority. Bradbury coming back, I'm cool with in the draft. They're going to do what they do, offensive line or defensive line, because that's what the Eagles' MO is. They'll build that way and see what you can do. It's just weird to see them not make as many moves as I thought. Like the Rashad Penny signing is like kind of whatever. Now it just makes me want to say, like, all right, sign Bijan Robinson, get him at 10 and score 40 points a week and say, fuck it.
Yeah, like just like that. And Rich, I thought about that earlier this week. Like, is the plan to just like go apeshit on one side of the ball and just try to outscore everybody? Because like right now they're super cheap at running back, right? Between Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Gainwell, I think they're spending like under $5 million for all 3 of them.
Well, because Miles Sanders isn't on the team anymore.
Well,
I mean, that's easy to not spend, John. The guy's not there. Carolina's paying him, John.
There's been a lot of action, Don. A lot of action.
But between the 3 guys that they got, Rashad Penny, Boston Scott, and Gainwell, right? You're paying those guys under 3 of them combined under $5 million. If you get a guy like Bijan Robinson at 10, now you're just super cheap at that position. And then you're just super dangerous because then you're just adding weapon on top of weapon on top of weapon. And the thing that I find a lot of comfort in is looking at the quarterbacks that are now that things are kind of shaken out around the league. When I look at the quarterback play in the NFC, man, it is bad. There are some bad quarterbacks at the top of that, at the top of the NFC. When Dak Prescott is in that top 4, you know that you have the most elite guy in the NFL or in the NFC, at least with, Rodgers now going to the Jets. I find a lot of comfort in that, in knowing that, like, we're going to be able to outplay a bunch of teams, even though their schedule's tough. I think that they have the quarterback play now and the surrounding case, and they're young, right? AJ Brown is 24. Devontae Smith is, I don't know, about that age.
You're right.
Dallas Goedert's young. Like they're really young and really talented at the right positions.
Yeah.
And they're bringing back 4/5 of that offensive line with Kelsey coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really too worried. We'll see what they do and they address in the draft. Howie's racking up comp picks for next year with these guys walking. So, man, it is what it is. I just want to see Garner Johnson come back and solidify the back end of our defense and go from there. Like, I'm really not too worried about it. I mean, we're losing some guys. Hargrave, I didn't plan on them keeping. Edwards, I thought they would try to make a priority. But, I mean, he goes to the Bears. He's going to be irrelevant. Hargrave.
The Bears just decided they were just going to pay everybody and their mother.
Yeah, well, they had all the money. So they're like, fuck, let's do it.
Spend it all. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just spend it. So him, Trey, or Edmonds, like, okay. Like, Chicago doesn't scare me. Dallas traded a 5th-round pick for Stephon Gilmore. Good for Dallas. They cut Zeke. That's funny. So Zeke's going to go somewhere else.
Wait, hold on. How about his very last play as a Cowboy? Is that atrocious, horrible formation against the Bucs?
Where he gets killed?
Where he was playing center and he just gets completely run over.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the end of his career in Dallas. I think that was a good old fuck you to Zeke. We paid you and you sucked. So let's just kill the guy. And then, Tampa Bay getting Baker. Saints, I don't know where they're getting money from. I thought they didn't have any. But
they brought
everybody.
So they restructured Michael Thomas for a 1-year, $15 million deal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mr. Irrelevant.
See if he even gets on the field.
Yeah, if he can play. But, they just got Jamal Williams and Derek Carr. So Saints are interesting. But honestly, other than that, like, I'm not really worried. Again, it's early. Anything can happen. I just want to see what happens with the draft and see what Howie does. I figure there has to be a plan in this for Howie to be like so nonchalant because they're really not doing much. And, they're making those little moves with bringing in Penny, which is fine, a good downhill runner. Can't really catch the ball out of the backfield, so you're going to see a lot of Gainwell. But, I mean, he's the smash mouth guy that can get you the 6.1 yards per carry when he stays healthy. And if he can't, fuck it. He's only here for a year, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
What are you going to
do? I'm gonna throw a name at you. The guy that's kind of had the freedom to go seek out a trade. Does a guy like Austin Eckler make just way too much sense in this offense?
I mean, it makes way too much sense, but you're not going to give up a number 1 pick for him.
No.
You're not going to give up a haul. But, I mean, it would be amazing. I would love to have Austin Eckler because he does. He's Kenny Gainwell. He is Kenny Gainwell, just way better.
just way better.
Way better.
Yeah. They're not going to pay him. They're not going to give up the picks and then
pay.
I mean, he's on a contract year. We're not.
And he's 29.
Yeah, we're not going to pay. We don't shell out money for running backs.
No.
As you can see.
Yeah,
I know. It just
it would be great. I mean, it would be great.
Like,
but
that to me would be like a move that would be kind of like laying in the weeds that you would, figure out a way to make it work.
How many years did Miles Sanders get in Carolina? 1?
4 years. You got a 4-year deal. They don't have the numbers yet, but
I didn't see the financials. I saw it right before we got on that that Carolina scooped him up on a 4-year deal.
Does he realize Carolina doesn't have an offensive line?
I don't think he cares.
And he's going to be playing.
He
Yeah,
went
he's
for the money.
Yeah, he's
gonna be
probably
playing with a rookie
He
deal.
went for the money.
But listen, you know what?
no wide receiver because DJ Moore got traded.
Yeah.
He did have a ton of success with Deuce Staley as a coach, so that might be
Don.
That might be why. Yeah.
Don.
And Frank.
Don.
And then
I
Frank
know.
head coach too.
I know
Don. What offensive line did he run behind?
the best in. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And now go to Carolina. Okay, he's going to have success with Deuce. No, he fucking isn't, dude. He's going to be.
That's probably why he went there.
Yeah, he went there because they knew he was going to get fucking paid. That's all. Like, he's going to go out there, he'll play 3 games this season, get fucking absolutely destroyed, fumble about 7 times, and then just realize he did it for the fucking money.
Got his money, baby.
He got his money. Like, there's no – you couldn't pay me to play for the Panthers in that fucking dumpster fire organization. They have no wide receivers. Their number 1 wide receiver right now is Terrace Marshall. And they traded for the number 1 pick.
Yeah, they gave him a shit ton for that pick.
They're not drafting a wide receiver. They're going to draft a quarterback at number 1, and they're going to be fucking abysmal because they're not going to have an offensive line.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
And Miles Sanders is just in it for the money. So good for him. Get your bag, bro. Get your bag. Not going to.
I'm not mad at you.
Not mad at you. I'm not going to miss you either.
Is there a guy out there that you're looking at that you think would be a good quality guy to bring in that hasn't moved yet?
Who the fuck's left? Like, who's really left? I looked at it, and there's, like, no one even, like, appeasing to me that I would want to pay.
Well,
Like
that guy from – I can't even remember his name. The safety from the Chargers. That's available.
Oh,
if we don't –
Adderley.
Yeah.
Nasir Adderley?
If we don't sign CJ, I think he's available. I can't see them – I mean – that other corner position to replace Slay, I don't know if they're going to sign a cheap free agent or if they're just – I mean, when's the last time they took a corner in the first round?
Lito?
Yeah, I mean –
Lito was the second round.
I think it was second round. I can't remember the last time they took a first round corner.
I don't know.
It's been
It's been a while.
They just don't value that position in the draft.
It's going to be interesting. I tell you that. It's going to be interesting to see, but I can look it up and see who I would like.
Unless they do another like Bradbury style deal where it's
just
like
kind of wait because
1 year
remember, like they did Hassan Reddick real early, and then everything else kind of waited, right? The AJ Brown thing happens on draft day. GJ happens like 2 weeks before the season starts. Right. Bradbury gets cut because of cap stuff in the Giants. I think they're going to be kind of waiting in the wings for something like that.
Waiting to strike.
Yeah, I think, and I think they'll be positioned to, because I think there are players that want to come play for this organization.
Right. And they see how depleted a lot of these NFC teams are, after all these moves have happened.
Yeah.
They think that they're in a prime position to run the board, control the room, control the board, and do what Howie does.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at like all of the NFC quarterbacks, like it's Jalen Hurts, and then it's like the number 2 guy was Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you have to talk about Matt Stafford, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray,
yeah,
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is not. They didn't renew his contract, so he's playing on a lame duck deal.
Lame duck, yeah.
Right. Whoever's going to play quarterback for the Commanders. Sam Howell.
Yeah, right. Oh, they just signed Jacoby Brissett.
They did.
In Washington, did they?
Yeah.
Because that was a guy I thought about might be a good upgrade.
Backup for Hurts, right?
For Hurts.
Now
they could run the same-ish style.
I've heard there's a lot of stuff floating out there, but you talk about teams and you talk about money and how are they able to maneuver and fit these guys, on their payroll. What is going to happen with Lamar Jackson?
Oh, because Rich, I vaguely remember conversation we had about this time last year.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at free agents, and I don't like any of them.
Well, Rich, that was an easy question. The answer is no one.
No one. There's no one I would like on this team. But go ahead.
Rich, I remember last year about this time when we were kind of decide whether Hurts was the guy or not.
Oh, he's the guy.
Right, and he's the guy. But I remember at that time you were talking about, does it make conversationally, does it make sense?
Yeah.
To make room for a guy like Lamar Jackson. But now it
made perfect sense.
I don't get it. He seems like he's getting kind of like the blackball from the league. And
he's
got great numbers from the pocket.
Yeah. He's got a great record. A great record.
The problem is everybody still, all the old white dudes still view him as a running back instead of or an athlete over a quarterback. So, and you still have the stigma around the black quarterback. So, what more can Lamar do besides win MVP and then still not get a long-term contract? But I mean, for Lamar, let's be real, it could be for the best. Like, okay, the Ravens don't want to pay you, they franchise you. Okay. You play under the franchise tag this year. It's all guaranteed money. What is it, like $32.5 million guaranteed?
Yeah.
Right.
You're 32.5 guaranteed. If they franchise tag you again next year, I think the price is like $50 million. So, okay, you just got $80 million in 2 years, and then you have the option you're not going to be franchised again. And then a team could sign you and you're only 27 years old?
Yeah.
You're still young. Like, if I'm Lamar Jackson, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. I'll pay I'm getting $32.5 million this year. You want to, I'm not signing unless it's all guaranteed. Okay, well, I'm getting guaranteed money this year. Next year, hey, I want to be traded still. Okay, you franchise me, $50 million. Okay, I'll play on that. And then I ball the fuck out. And
then you sign with whoever.
Paid. And then I sign with whoever and I get paid. Because let's be real, a lot of these quarterbacks are going to be gone in 2 years.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people are going to be changing hands. Like, people are going to realize Baker Mayfield ain't it. Some of these rookies that get drafted, people are going to realize ain't it. You're going to see
like the Falcons are
Desmond Ridder
immune to the fact that Desmond Ridder is going to be trash. So, Atlanta would make sense.
Atlanta would make sense. Tennessee would make sense.
San Fran would make sense.
San Fran would make
absolutely
sense.
If they can fit him in there somehow. I mean,
Arizona would fucking make sense. But
yeah, absolutely.
Jesus Christ, with fucking
you can get off of Kyler Murray's deal. Yeah,
Kyler Murray's a fucking moron.
Yeah,
so that really doesn't help.
Then he's a terrible teammate and just not coachable. It's like they're a mess down there. Good luck with that, Gannon.
I mean, let's be real. A lot of teams could. Minnesota in 2 years. In 2 years. Kirk Cousins isn't going to be around. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be around in 2 years. Baker Mayfield's not going to be around in 2 years. Matthew Stafford's not going to be around in 2 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quarterbacks who are going to be gone. A lot of teams are going to need a franchise quarterback and who are going to have teams in play to win now. Lamar Jackson in 2 years, if he holds off, could get fucking paid. And go to the situation that he wants to go to and dictate. Like, Aaron Rodgers is going to the Jets. Like, fucking good for you, you jerk off.
Is he out of the dark room or is he still in there?
He's out. Apparently, I saw the interview with him and
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee, and there was a lot of sunlight behind him. So, unless it was artificial light. But I mean, give the guy his bread. He deserved it, and I don't know what the hell Baltimore's waiting on, but they don't really have the best track record with quarterbacks. So I kind of seen this one coming.
All right, Joe, you ready? The last DB that was taken in the first round by the Eagles. 2002. The 26th pick.
Matt Ware.
No, good guess though. Matt Ware was a third-round pick in 2004.
Damn.
A little earlier. He played here for a while and played really well.
Sheldon Brown.
Lito.
It was Lito?
Oh, yeah, Lito. 2002, the 26th pick. Yep.
Nice.
That was the year that Andy took Lito, Michael Lewis, Sheldon Brown, Brian Westbrook.
Oh, wow.
The first 4 picks.
Hell of a draft.
What
Hell
a
of a draft.
hit. Huh?
Hell of a draft.
Yeah.
That was 21 years ago. You said what year? 02?
02.
Wow.
21 years ago.
21 years they haven't drafted a corner in the first round.
Yeah.
21 years.
I mean,
Does
Joe,
it now?
I know I'm not. This is kind of broken news, but like, if you go back, like as I'm going back through this, like that first round is either O line, D line. That's it. It's like O line, D line. That's it. That's why that 10th pick has got me like it's got to be in my mind. If I'm looking at that track record, I'm looking at like D line because the value for offensive line is not there at 10.
Yeah.
Unless they move back into the mid-teens. And they really don't need offensive line depth right now with to spend a first round pick. So like, you know, I know all the crime stuff that's going on right now, but if a guy like Jalen Carter drops at 10.
Did you see his stuff today?
Oh, what drop, Joe? Is it bad?
He had his pro day, and he looked like ass.
Oh.
Yes. 10 pounds.
I did not see that.
Gained 10 pounds and looked completely out of shape. They said he looked gassed and out of breath, and I don't even know if he was able to finish the drills.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You
Yeah.
know, do you take the gamble there? Like, does he fall? Does he fall to the end of the first round?
Nah, I'm not taking.
You know?
Nope, not pulling. I don't want to hang. I don't want Hainsworth.
Wow.
I'm good. I don't need a bust.
Yeah, that looks a lot like average.
It's not a good look.
Nah, it's not at all.
You know, this draft, and you know, you hear the guys, you know, Twitter and some of these other networks, and how stacked and how built these corners are built physically. They've got the size, they've got the cover skills, and they've got the speed. There's 4 or 5 guys in this draft that are could go in the first round, definitely within the first 2 rounds.
I think that's going to help them, Joe, though, in that first round is that quarterback. That quarterback position is going to get way overdrafted. There's a chance that 4 guys could go before the Eagles pick at 10.
Yeah.
Which is only going to push all that other talent back to them.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why please draft.
Yeah. I think it's
draft Will Levis.
Yeah, please draft all the quarterbacks you can. And throw Carson Wentz back in there. Give him another shot at the draft.
How awful is that for Carson? And they didn't name it. They didn't name a team who did it, but they asked Chad Henne to come out of retirement to be a backup before they asked Carson Wentz.
Because nobody wants to deal with him.
Right.
No one wants to deal with the mentals.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Would you want?
Henne's a pro. He'll just hold the clipboard and take his reps when you need him to. Carson Wentz will be out there trying to like call fucking audibles and shit in practice, and they'd be like, "Dude, you're a backup. Just fucking run what we're telling you."
Hold the ball for 10 seconds and get sacked.
Yeah.
What the
Run in
fuck
circle. Run in circle. Stare down the wide receiver and now throw it out of bounds. Good.
It wouldn't surprise me, Joe, if he ends up in a team like Houston, right? Just like a
bottom dwelling team that's
just to kind of hang on,
just there to be there.
I don't think D'Amico Ryans will put up with that shit.
Yeah, you're right.
It's tough, man. You got some better. I mean, better head coaches this year. I like D'Amico Ryans. I think that's great. I fucking think Jonathan Gaddon's going to suck. He's taking his Eagles, though. He took Kaiser White, and he took somebody else, right? Somebody else went to Arizona.
Hold on.
Reunited with Gannon from here.
Yeah.
I know he took the linebackers coach. He took a bunch of guys with him.
They're going to be terrible because
they have no offense. They're going to trade D-Hop, and there's no offense.
Murray's not going to be ready for the beginning of the season, right?
No, and they have no wide receivers.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Rondell Moore, who's 5'1".
They're trading. Hopkins is going to get dealt.
Yeah, because Hopkins don't want to fucking be. He's done with Kyler Murray's dumbass.
Yeah. Well, everybody is.
And then who's their running back? James Conner.
Conner.
They stuck Conner, and that's it.
Yep.
And that guy's all of a sudden going to turn back into Mr. Glass. So it's I don't know, man. I still think the NFC is wide open for the Eagles anyway, without making any moves. Just draft well and everybody stay healthy and score a shit ton of points. But I'm really not opposed to them drafting Bijan Robinson at 10 and just saying, fuck it. Just try to stop us on offense.
Yeah. Put that level of talent behind this offensive line.
And then get guys who can play their role. That's all.
Right.
See what the fuck happens.
Listen, gentlemen, we're gonna take a commercial break. We'll come back, and then we'll talk. We'll go around the league a little bit before we wrap it up.
All right.
All right. We'll be back.
I like it.
Von C. Brewing Company is a 20-barrel, 16,000 square foot microbrewery with a 2,500 square foot tasting room, including a spacious outside beer garden in Norristown, PA, in the heart of Montgomery County. The Von C. family is part of the family that started C. Schmidt and Son Brewing in 1860. Stop in Wednesday through Sunday and taste a variety of draft and 16-ounce cans of originally brewed beer and tell them the Drunk on Broad crew sent you. Von C. Brewing is located at 1210 Stenbridge Street, Suite 300 in Norristown. Cheers.
Team Clicks are the only glasses for real sports fans. With interchangeable arms, you can support all of your favorite teams, or even make and create custom options as well. These die-hard sports fans have realized that sports fans needed something other than face paint to show their love and passion for their teams. Go to teamclicks.com/DOB and show your love for your hometown team.
La Torrent's curated collection of men's and women's watches is a perfect investment that lasts for years to come and fits perfectly with your every outfit and style. Our range of classic watches aren't just a great perfect formal and casual accessory, but a time machine that takes you back to memories. Explore our collection of timeless watches that can reflect your taste, personality, and personal style. Our exclusive collection of carefully curated, affordable luxury watches is what you need to make a personalized style statement. You can take pride in your prized possession, handing it over to the next generations as your most loved asset that they can also own and display with the same pride. These high-quality pieces stand the test of time, giving exceptional value and return on your investment. Go to la-touraine.com and use code DOB at checkout and get 10% off.
If you're looking for unique sports apparel, check out Streaker Sports. They've dug deep into the archives and have brought back some incredible defunct team logos and have even created entire defunct league collections. They also have collections paying homage to sports culture, including the Miracle on Ice, Slap Shot, Caddyshack, the Mighty Ducks, and even have a license with Wiffle Ball and USA Hockey. Only for Drunk on Broad listeners, use code BROAD at checkout to get 10% off anything at streakersports.com. Again, that's 10% off anything at streakersports.com with discount code BROAD.
Welcome back.
All right.
Talking all things free agency tonight. Gentlemen, was there a move around the league that surprised you? A guy moving teams, or a guy going back to a team that surprised you at all?
You know, the Hargraves deal wasn't, I guess, too much of a surprise. I guess it was the fact that he got 4 years, and as much as he got, I mean, he's 30 years old, right?
Yeah.
You know, he had a really good year, but I don't know. I thought maybe that they would do like a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. Wherever he went, but I mean, he got paid, and he's getting a little bit long in the tooth.
Yeah, I mean, listen, in that 4th year, they're going to be paying him $40 million in that 4th year.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah,
Way too much.
the average annual is 21, but he's guaranteed $40 million at signing.
Wow.
Just nuts. What about the quarterback movement? Right, Garoppolo goes to
the Raiders.
The Raiders, and then for some reason the Raiders decide to trade Darren Waller to the Giants.
That was funny.
Josh McDaniels.
Right. and as far as like Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets, like it seems like every quarterback that's moving is moving to the NFC from the NFC to the AFC.
Yeah.
Right. So like now I look at like the AFC North between the AFC East, right? With the Bills, the Jets,
and the
Dolphins. The Patriots could potentially finish last in that division.
Yeah.
Right. And then like the quarterback play within that division with Rodgers and Josh Allen and Tua, if Tua can not get his bell rung on the first play of the game, could be so the competitive balance is definitely much better in the AFC.
Absolutely. I mean,
the play in the
whatchamacallit
in the AFC is going to be way better than the play in the NFC. That's why I feel like the Eagles still have a fantastic shot. Cowboys are loading up on a bunch of veterans and trying to replicate success of the early 90s that still hasn't come to fruition. I'm completely content with it. I think the AFC has just gotten a lot harder. But other than that, I mean, I didn't see any real moves that surprised me. Derek Carr going to the Saints, I kind of saw that coming. But other than that, like David Montgomery going to Detroit, I thought that was weird.
It was weird.
But other than that, like I didn't see anything. I was just like, what are they doing? Like that doesn't make a lot of sense. But okay. All right.
No, I mean it's interesting to see like now, like how do the Jets now handle Aaron Rodgers, right? Because
what a wreck,
right?
Yeah. What
they're and what do they do with the mommy killer, Zach Wilson?
Make your life a living hell.
Yeah.
Right. So like, and I'm sure that they're gonna. Aaron Rodgers has already put out the list of guys that he wants them to go pursue in free agency, right?
Yeah.
They'll become the Packers light. I'm sure they'll bring in, Randall Cobb, who's 65 years old.
Yeah. He's basically
they'll bring in the Lizard.
They did. They signed Lazard.
Lazard was a great signing before that because you pair him with Garrett Wilson and you have Elijah Moore in the slot. Like, that's a hell of a wide receiver.
Well, and you got Breece Hall.
And Breece Hall's a fucking monster. Like, it only makes those guys that much better. So, fuck it. I'm for fantasy value and fantasy wise. Fucking right, sign me up. Other than that, I'm like, damn, what the fuck are the Jets doing? Like, letting Aaron Rodgers play fucking GM. Like, all right, let him do what he wants, but I don't care.
as far as the backup quarterback goes, do you have any interest in Mariota? Would you have more interest in Mariota than bringing back Gardner Minshew?
No, I'm fine with bringing back Gardner Minshew. I don't know. Mariota just seems like a fucking head case. I didn't like the way shit went down with him in Atlanta, so I could really care less for Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, like who's really?
I wanted Brissett would have been the guy that I honestly wanted.
Who, Brissett?
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett as a backup. That's the guy.
Who's better that's out there that's looking for a backup position that's available?
I don't know. Andy Dalton just got signed.
Carolina, right?
Yeah, Carolina. Ah, there you go. Miles has his quarterback. He loves his gingers.
Oh, God.
Dude, there's nobody out there. Like,
nah, it's kind of it is. You're right. It's really light. Well,
I got nothing really much more to touch
Yeah.
on. I wish the Eagles did more.
Yeah.
Did Gardner Johnson? Did he sign yet? I'm gonna have to.
No, he didn't sign yet.
I'm using my phone to do the show tonight, so I can't text him right now. I'll let you guys know. Once
Drop the Booch bomb for us. We need the Booch bomb.
I'll drop a Booch bomb. Hopefully he's gonna. He's not getting any dances or any bottle service right now. I'll let you guys know once he reaches out.
Thank you. I do appreciate that, Joe.
We appreciate that. Any interesting guys like guys that they brought in towards the end of the year last year? You have any interest in bringing back Sue or Linval Joseph?
Yeah, if we can get them
like what we got last year. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Why not? You can never have enough depth. You need to have that. You got to have a defensive rotation, and you saw what it did for us. Last year. I mean, they had that issue during the season with stopping the run. They bring in those two guys, and it really changed the trajectory of that defense. So I'm all for it. I mean, if they want to come back, the same kind of deal that they signed for last year. I mean, why not? I mean, they're helpful guys that come in and keep the starters fresh.
I like it.
Agreed.
Now, gentlemen, before we head out, are you all in on March Madness? Are you watching? Tuning in? No.
I'll watch, but
this is the first year I didn't do a bracket.
Yeah, I didn't.
You're not doing one?
I know nothing about it, and I don't like just shooting in the dark. So I'm not invested in it. I have no time right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to watch any of it either because I'm really into BattleBots right now, Don, and I just like watching battle. If there's a March Madness for BattleBots, I'm in it. But I seen UNC didn't make it, and I thought they were good, and I was wrong, so they didn't make the tournament. But I honestly don't. Who's the best team? Gonzaga again? Those fucking bums.
No. Houston's pretty good.
Houston?
Yeah.
Houston College?
Yeah.
The University of Houston.
University of Houston? I sound like such an old fogey. I couldn't even say. If you told me, hey, Rich, guess the number one team, and say it is Houston, I would probably be like Gonzaga, Kentucky, Duke.
Well, Duke's in it. Duke's a 5 seed.
Okay.
Gonzaga's a 3 seed. But there's a football squad that's got a number 1 seed. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah?
Alabama. Alabama's actually been really good this year.
Ah, look at that.
But this is the first year since the 70s that there's not a Big 5. There's not a Big 5 school. Any shows you're watching? Any music you're listening to? Anything new? We got Ted Lasso coming out soon.
I know. I'm excited for Ted Lasso. Music, no. I found a 90s hip hop and R&B playlist that I've been listening to. Shows, like I said, BattleBots. We started watching The Flash.
Okay.
I don't know. I enjoy it. Me, Ollie, and Jamie, we watched that. And we just watched the Luther movie on Netflix. If you guys watched the series Luther on Netflix with Idris Elba, where he plays a detective who basically busts serial killers. His movie came out. It's very dark. It's very twisted. It's fucked up. It's a great movie. It was a great thrill ride. So I recommend the movie. It was good.
We're into that stuff. We watch the series on Netflix.
BattleBots.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch You on Netflix?
Fuck's wrong with that, Fran? Who knows Fran? Fran's coming.
I don't know Fran, but Fran's coming in hot.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the 4th season of Ozark.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Which we circle back with that. We never caught that at the beginning, but that's an all-time right there. And it's a great watch.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky.
Oh, that's one of the ones coming up on the list. But the Ozarks has kind of held my attention, especially if I'm staying up late to watch it. then it's got my attention. Because normally by that time I'm falling asleep.
You're done, yeah. Oh yeah, those shows are, dude. You're like stuck in.
Anybody watching Yellowstone?
I have not, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Listen, I haven't. Listen. If you
I
want
have
me to
not
go
watched Yellowstone.
if you want me to go get my father-in-law, he's watching it. He's downstairs.
You watching it right now?
Probably half asleep, but he's definitely watched it.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm excited for Ted Lasso. Should be fun. Oh, and Rich, I just watched the season 4 of a show that Oscar turned me on to a couple years ago. The F1 series on
oh, nice. Yeah.
Formula 1, the Drive to Survive.
Did you watch?
I'll tell you what. Watched it with surround sound. It's a whole different experience.
Did you watch Schwartzy yet?
I didn't watch
Shorzy?
Shorzy.
You watched Shorzy yet?
Oh, I have watched Shorzy. Yes.
Yeah, Shorzy's fucking great.
That show's pretty fucking funny.
Shorzy's great. Watch it, Joe. It's a great show on
it
Hulu.
on?
Hulu.
Hulu.
Shorzy, such a good show.
You know,
but I'm telling you guys what, don't get sucked into that MH370 about the plane. Don't get sucked into that.
No.
I really wasn't happy of how it kind of is going over. They basically use a lot of like conspiracy theories throughout, and I really don't like that because it's kind of at the expense of like the families and the people. I really didn't like it. I thought it was going to give you more of like what actually happened to, like, you know, what happened to the plane. But
right.
It's basically like, well, just don't fucking waste your time watching it.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, one show that we always, and it's like I think it's on HLN. My wife and I watch. God, we've been watching it for years and years and years. We like all those like police shows and, you know, like using forensics to find the killer. Forensic Files.
Ooh.
Forensic Files is fantastic.
Dude, that's a really good show.
Forensic Files is great.
We put it on and we watch it like we wound up watching it the whole night.
I like how I just like how that show is. It's a quick 30 minutes, you know, and they get to the point and boom.
Yeah. They found a leaf in the back of a pickup truck. That's how they
that had a random bug egg on it that they knew was only found on this type of tree that grew in the killer's house, who was the neighbor. It's like, oh, all right, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty dope. They figured that out.
It's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. Well, gentlemen, final thoughts. Anything? Final thoughts? Anything burning a hole in your pocket?
Final thoughts. Shout out to all the teachers out there, Don and everybody who teaches. Man, this shit's tough.
Yeah,
I'm doing it. I'm learning that it's not for everybody. You have to have a certain skill set and a particular type of patience that I do not possess. And to all the students out there and the people who are trying to change their lives, just remember, you get into it, you get into it, or you get out of it what you put into it. Don't half-ass things. And, you know, just try to always go the extra mile and study and put your best foot forward. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like people would just really want to skate by and put minimal effort in, and that's fine. But it doesn't translate into the real world. Life is what you put into it. So
absolutely,
that's my final thoughts.
There you go.
And Don, thank you for being a great teacher, because I suck at it.
Stop.
Thank you.
Listen. Anybody who has the strength and the confidence to go and stand up in front and basically be like a sage on the stage and try to make things that are not meant to be entertaining, mildly entertaining, so that somewhere someone along the line says, "Oh, I remember that." You'll probably never see that in the role that you're in, because those people, the likelihood that those people circle back to you. But if you're up there, Rich, you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Because guess what? There weren't a bunch of other people standing in line to volunteer to do your job, and you stepped up and did it. So,
way to go.
You're doing a great job. That's my final thought. Rich is doing a great job.
Needed it.
Rich doesn't know what he's talking about. He's doing a great job. All right, gentlemen. Joe, you got a final thought?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Rich, you guys don't get enough credit for, the medical field, what they deal with on a day in and day out basis, no matter what, field you're in the medical field. Sometimes it's a thankless job. Sometimes it's just, it's just part of the job. It just, goes with the territory. But thank you to all of the medical people out there, at whatever any level, any level at all. Thank you for what you do. Again, thank you. We can't thank you enough. Appreciate you, Rich.
Appreciate you, Joe.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
We appreciate everybody out there. Chris, Adam, for checking in. We appreciate it. Fran, go check out BattleBots.
Yeah, Fran. Dick.
No. This is a zero judgment zone before Rich gives all the fuck yous on the way out.
Yeah, Fran, I'm about to add you to the list for not liking fucking BattleBots, bro.
Rich, I think he may have taken Davion Taylor's place.
He's taking Davion Taylor's place. Fuck Fran Fitzpatrick for not liking BattleBots. I'm just kidding, Fran. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, you stuck around, you fucked around, you found out. Fucks Blake Eskin, Deshaun Watson, Davion Taylor, Miles Sanders. Nah, it wasn't Miles Sanders. So I would never say that. Yeah, and just as always, who do I forget?
Jonathan Gannon.
Oh, fuck Jonathan Gannon. Dude, fuck you. Oh, I wish you nothing but a fucking 3-17 record. You can't even get that record, but I want you to get it this year.
Preseason.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm including preseason. And as always, fuck the Cowboys. We're drunk on broad. That's Joe. That's Don. I'm Rich. We love you, Philly. Peace out.
DJ, come back, baby.
We need you.
We
need you.
Come back.
Booch bomb. A booch bomb.
Answer me back on Twitter.
This is the Broad Street Line, where Philly sports fans leave all of their sports hot takes. Call 267-405-3062 and show us your passion for Philly sports. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday at 8:30 when we listen to your live reactions to the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat.